he's walking towards the player who's in the elevator, and then hopefully the player feels like he's talking to them, but you're talking like lore almost to yourself. The system is falling apart now, the fantasy, it's all falling, and you're talking faster. You can feel it. Soon the people will be desperate. If we're smart enough, we can channel that desperation to anger. And then you turn around really fast and you're talking to your friends again, to your minions.
Let's get started!
EP2 is a bit of a different beast because we decided to keep pushing and try something new.
It's definitely exciting doing cutting-edge cinematic work that no one's ever done before. Having to think outside the box, not knowing where the player is going to be, and every direction, everywhere the player's looking has to be exciting.
VR audio is a whole new world for video game audio. It's mostly due to the need for some sort of binaural tech that makes you feel like sounds are coming from all around you and above you and below you.
The player has the freedom to move their head and look wherever they want. What you're doing as a designer is putting the player in interesting situations and allowing them to find the story and allowing them to feel like they're discovering different parts of the story that you necessarily didn't think they were going to focus on, but they find very interesting themselves.
There's just a whole bunch of new technological differences that we're still discovering, frankly.
Inverse turbocube and thermal cylinder to fix this damn thing.
So we have a teleprompter system that is in VR that they can read off of, and it's interesting to have that there because they don't have to memorize anything, and we're able to make changes on the fly to allow them to explore the character while we're here and to develop that character during the moment.
Instead of having the actor just trying to pretend they're in a space, actually put them in there and have them be able to act in the environment that their character is going to be in.
It makes everything a little more complex because we have to make it more real than we used to. There's a little bit less leeway for the kind of movie magic that we're used to in making other kinds of games because the player can be anywhere. Because of that, we needed to come up with a different kind of design for how these cinematics play out. And one thing we found today in the mocap shoot, and I think the actors found, was that it's almost more like a Shakespearean, like people around the stage, and they have to feel like the player could be anywhere at any time. They actually end up acting a lot more like theater actors because the player could be far away. Anybody, no matter where they are, is still going to get the emotional effect of the scene.
Courage. It's the engine of discovery.
The show went great. JOANNE was really fantastic. JOANNE plays the queen in our game. She is the sister of the man that you find in the Star Seed in episode 1.
There's probably two things I found fascinating. First off, when you're in the actual VR game and you're performing within the game itself and seeing what it looks like, that's really neat. And the second part was actually performing with Adrian, the person who is my brother in the game, and so it was wonderful to be able to play off of each other. It was very similar to being on stage, actually.
I played 4 amazing scenes with JOANNE over there, and very intense, various levels of my character's development, and it was fun to do. All geared up like you see with sensors and everything, so you can see all my movement, and you'll see the characters inside the game, and people actually can walk right up to the characters and around the characters as these scenes are being played out.
In EP1 there was a lot of more linear kind of interactions with the characters, but on EP2 we wanted to try to let people move around the scenes a bit more. And
I'm very excited for the gladiator scene, just because it's a giant area, the player can go anywhere. I think it's like 50 meters by 50 meters. It's just action happening everywhere. Story happening in between an action, so the player can like watch it once, go back, watch it again, and it'll be a different experience every single time. It's action mixed with story all